Hi everyone, I'm Megan Rounds and welcome to Mindset Monday. Mindset Monday is a weekly video blog where I offer a mindset-related topic, quick tips, and easy applications to help you make a shift in your day or maybe your life. This week's topic is powerlessness. Powerlessness can come in many different forms, but what it ultimately means is we feel as though we have no choice. We may feel as though we wanted to say something or do something but didn't because of the potential consequences. Um, Powerlessness is a really low feeling. It's one that can be overwhelming. It can make us very sad, and it can make us feel very badly about ourselves. And so this week we're going to just delve in a little bit about into powerlessness, what it is, and how to shift out of it. First, I want to talk about the two different types of power that I think are at play when powerlessness is involved. There may be other types of power there, but these are the two that I think are the most important to discuss today. One type of power is social power, and that's where money, status, popularity comes in. The rich and famous are, typically seen as at a higher level of status or of power than we are. And pseudo strength is another aspect of that, and those are people who tend to make it up. They're faking it until they make it, maybe. They're the people who walk around, they may be bullies, they may walk around with a certain sense of strength and aggression that makes us feel like they're people we should do what they say, lest we have some type of confrontation with them. Bullies, narcissists, people like that definitely fall into that category. The thing about social power is that it's really a perceived power. It's a social construct. Without people, the people with a high level of social power and nothing else would have no power at all. Now, if they have personal power, then that's another story, but people with social power are really all reliant on social opinion of whether it's the money part or their positions or the work that they do or their name. All of those things are really based on other people's perceptions, and it doesn't give them individual power that way. Personal power or individual power, that's a different story. That is where everybody has personal power. We all have the same capacity for personal power. Some of us just exert it more and in different ways than others. Some of us hide it and it lies dormant until we just can't take it anymore. That's one way. That would be the passive aggressive way potentially. But also where we realize that we no longer want to hide behind a shield of shoulds and niceties, and we want to take charge of our lives again. So with personal power, it includes things like self-confidence, self-acceptance, believing in ourselves. When we have those things, we can speak our truth to people with social power, and we feel comfortable with that, and we feel comfortable setting boundaries with other people and enforcing them. We feel comfortable speaking, telling people what our needs are. So this type of personal power is real. The thing about powerlessness is that we've been taught to revere, respect, and bow down even sometimes to power. People with the social power, if they have a higher level position, or maybe they're somebody famous, we're taught to be kind of like this. And when we do that, we basically give our own power away. And so we've been learned to think of people with social power as being more important or special than we are. And I really just don't believe that's actually the case. The way I look at it is we're all people. And when we walk into a room and there's somebody with a high level of social power, our automatic instinct, because of the conditioning we've had, may be to shrink in their presence, to give them anything they want. They can be as rude and inconsiderate to us as they want to be, and we are still supposed to do what they say because of their level of social power. And that creates a power inequity. So when we have a power inequity, we're already basically saying they're better than us in some way. And so becoming aware of that power inequity is a really big deal. That is one step to resolving this sense of powerlessness. Limiting beliefs about ourselves really kick in when we are put on the spot, and when somebody is treating us rudely and inconsiderately, and we are sitting there trying to figure out how we want to react. Pretty much any limiting belief you can think of will probably come into play at that time. But things like, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve better, I'm not valuable, I'm not important, I'm just a peon, I'm just living for the paycheck. All of these things can come into play, and it contributes to the choices that we make and how to respond to those situations. And we also give our power away, and a lot of the times it's even without our realizing it. One case in point is saying the word sorry. Everybody I know says sorry for a lot of different things besides actually truly being sorry. So I didn't hear you. I have people in my life who say sorry. Or walking down the the grocery aisle, and somebody comes with our cart, and we are partially blocking their way because of the narrow aisle, yet we say sorry. Every time we say sorry, we basically are telling the other person that we're at fault. And so we've created a power inequity there. And the thing about that is apologies are fine. Saying I apologize, or my mistake, or things like that, that's fine when it's authentic. But we say sorry so much that it's almost like we've learned to give away our power like it's pieces of candy at Halloween. Now, here are some ways to take back our power. One is recognizing the difference between social and personal power. Pay attention to your social environments. When does somebody have social power, and how do the other people respond around them? And then when is somebody exerting their personal power? And sometimes when someone exerts their personal power, it can be annoying to those of us who feel powerless in some cases. We may see them doing what we wished we could do. And the thing is, we can do it. It just takes courage. And I shouldn't say just, because just is one of those words where it's like, just, like that's really easy. It isn't easy. It takes courage to step out on your own, apart from the crowd, and take a stand in some way, shape, or form. And that could be protecting your needs, making sure that you're honoring yourself. And nobody else is going to really do that for you. That's something you need to do for yourself. And then remember, you always have a choice. It's really easy when you're in a sense of powerlessness to feel like you have no choice. If I don't do this, then I lose my job. If I don't do this, then we're going to have an argument, or somebody will be abusive. Those are really crummy choices to have to make. But the more you can remember and appreciate that you can make a choice, the more empowered you're going to feel. So you can sit there and say, okay, I have a choice here. The choice is either to respectfully say no and take whatever comes its way, or do the work that my boss is telling me I have to do, even though it's not really a part of my job and I shouldn't have to do it. By putting it in your ownership as far as the choices that you have to make, you take some of the power away from that person and you put it in yourself. The other thing is refusing to give away your power. People want to take your power. They want that higher level social status. They want they want people to look up to them and to respect them and to think they're better than maybe you are. And why would you want to do that? Just refuse and say, no, thank you. Somebody asks you to do something, no, thank you. I have another thing. I have a list on my agenda, and I can put it at the bottom, maybe, if you really want to do it. Or you just say, no, thank you. This isn't something that I'm interested in doing right now. Or, can you stay until 10 o'clock tonight to work? Well, actually, no. My family has obligations that I have committed to. And, it's hard to say those things. And again, do that when I don't want to give you recommendations to say things to quit your job. But what I am saying is that when people try to take your power away, even if you can't say yes or can't say no, you're not taking my power in the moment, you can Start working slowly by learning to say no. No, thank you. You don't have to be a jerk about it. You can just say, no, this is my space. I need these things for me, and these are non-negotiables. Sometimes you're going to have to make a choice to the contrary, but regardless, put it in your shoes and notice when people are trying to take your power, and that will help you learn how to respectfully say no in the future, even if you can't do it on the spot. So here are some tips on how to be empowered. Only you can empower yourself. Somebody can tell you you're empowered, but until you fully feel it, you're not empowered. So if you want to take back your power, make the conscious decision and commit to doing that, to owning your power, and believe in yourself. And that is where that courage comes in. If you believe in yourself and you believe you're worthy and you believe that you can do this, then you're going to feel a lot more comfortable taking a stand when the time comes. Expect equality. When you head into a situation where there's definitely going to be power inequality, don't think about those social status aspects. Just remember, everybody in here is a person. We all have a lot of things in common. The things we don't have in common really aren't that important. And you walk into a room and expect equality, some things may shift automatically because people are going to see a higher level of confidence in you, and they may not try to take advantage of you, or they may not try to tell you what to do in ways that they may previously have done. And protect yourself from power theft. That's what I was talking about before, where people are going to try to take that power away from you. They don't like change, for one, but the other is when somebody tries to take your power, say no. That's really what it takes. And yes, again, some contexts that may not be practical right now, but the more you start thinking about it, the more you're going to find ways to do it in the future when it does make sense for you and you're ready to do it. That's it for today's tip. To learn how to shift your mindset in a bigger capacity, check out my new online course that is starting soon called Mindset and Owner's Guide. It's an interactive, self-paced online program, and you can learn more about it at my website at perculture.com. If you have questions, comments, ideas, or suggestions for future Mindset Mondays, please send me an email. I'd love to hear from you at mindset@perculture.com. Remember, mindset is a choice. Choose a great one. Thanks for listening.